This is Doug Jones in beautiful Bend, Oregon. It's my pleasure to be the introducer on this special webinar today. This is going to be a little bit different. This is a webinar for leaders, and to explain what's on the table here, we have one of the top leaders in the entire world of network marketing and direct sales, Rick Walsh. Rick is not only a longtime friend, but he's an even longer time leader in the network marketing space. He's actually been 34 years in the network marketing since getting out of the U.S. Air Force, and has published the industry-leading journal for about 2 decades, a couple of books, radio shows, and he's built organizations into the tens of thousands. And Rick has definitely been there and done that. And so without any further ado, Rick Walsh, take it away.
Well, thanks so much, Doug. I really appreciate the introduction, and I want to welcome everybody today. We've got a very unusual type of webinar for you to look at. I'm sure you're used to webinars where you come on and people talk about their network marketing company, their opportunity, etc. Well, we're not. We're not going to do that at all. You see, you've been invited to this special webinar because you're considered to be an elephant in our industry. Now, that's an endearing term. That means that you've built sales organizations in the past, that you're a proven commodity. You're a leader. You've created sales organizations, and you've been successful. My hat is off to you. Congratulations. So this is not your typical webinar. Rather, it's going to be geared towards seasoned professionals like yourself. You see, what this is about is you are invited to a world-class event, the Masters Sales Training Symposium. That's right, and it will cost you nothing. As a matter of fact, we can actually pay you in a large amount of money. You will see here in a moment. But being a leader in our industry, having built sales organizations, you know that your income is not determined by the size of your organization, but rather by the effectiveness of your organization, regardless of its size. You remember when you started out, you probably didn't have much training, sort of like a fish out of water. It was an uncomfortable environment to be in for the first time. And leaders realize that training within your organization is paramount to your long-term success. So we're going to show you how you can have either yourself or your organization or both trained by the best in the world for free live. That's right. There's going to be 2 parts to this webinar. The first, we're going to talk about how you and your organization can be trained live this September by the best trainers in the world, and it will cost you nothing because you were invited here as a possible recipient of our VIP package. And secondly, we'll show you how you can be paid to have your organization trained in the best methodologies of getting people to join your business. And what we mean by being paid could be in the many tens of thousands of dollars in just 2 days. Is that possible? Absolutely. We'll show you exactly how that's going to be done. But first, here comes the icing on the cake. You know, we're going to get to the cake later. Let me just show you the icing on the cake. Here's our #1 headliner for this training to be held at Caesars Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada on 19, 20, and 21 September. It's Tom Hopkins, the #1 sales trainer in the world. He's trained over 5 million individuals. And then Sharon Lechter, you're probably most familiar with her as the co-author of the Rich Dad, Poor Dad book and the author of Think and Grow Rich for Women. Those are our first 2 headlines. First of all, let me talk about the master sales trainer in salesmanship in Tom Hopkins. On this field of salesmanship and the ability to train and empower others, none have written and been recognized so often in book after book after book. He's always on the New York Times bestsellers list. He has taught so many from his early beginnings. Just to give you an idea of how valuable this free training is, I went on to Tom's website. Do you realize that as we're speaking right now, August 22 and 23, he is holding a sales training symposium in Las Vegas, Nevada, right now, as we speak. And the individuals who are filling that auditorium paid $795 per person. Or they got a group of 10 together and were able to have their 10 people in front of Tom Hopkins for $6,450. We're going to show you how Tom's free symposium, and along with other headliners, isn't going to cost you anything. And you want to bring a group of 10? We'll give you $1,000 for doing that. I'll get into that in a moment. And then, of course, there's Sharon Lechter. Could you imagine what it took for the Napoleon Hill Foundation to take that brand, Think and Grow Rich, and ask that a whole book be written for women alone? And who did they choose? Sharon Lechter. Her words of wisdom over the past several decades around the country and around the world, enlightening people how to expand their horizons and build sales organizations. And our third headliner is Cherry Tree, creator of the Bank Sales Methodology. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, who is Cherry Tree? Well, Cherry is an elephant. That's right. A very good-looking elephant, but an elephant just like you and I. She is a leader in our industry by example. As a matter of fact, her income went from $8,000 per month to over $250,000 in 28 days. That's when she was in the field, you know, sort of in the trenches like you and I. She's $1 million earner year after year after year in our industry. Now, how did she do that? Well, she created the bank sales methodology, and she reverse engineered what many corporations have used for many years. Let me explain that, because this is going to be such a key factor in going forward and building your organization. You've all heard that there are different personality types and profiling systems. Corporations give you a little test when you join a lot to find out which pigeonhole they should put you in, because we all come from different personalities. Well, that was good. It told us about ourselves. But how would you like to have the methodology where you could sit in front of your prospect that you want to join your business, your organization, and in a matter of 90 seconds, you know how, you may not know what they're thinking, but you know how they think, so that, as Tony Robbins says, you can customize your presentation or let your prospect determine your presentation. Because we all fall into one of the four categories. We might be a blueprint personality, which means we want things step by step, explained out, inside the box, you know, keep it very logical. Or we might be that action personality, and that's what most elephants are, you know. You guys are bottom line people. You know, forget the chit-chat. You know, don't bore me with the details. Get to the bottom line. What's it all about? What's in it for me? But then you might be a nurturing type of personality, which says, you know what, I really want to build a relationship. I want to know what your company does to help, you know, the planet and share with the community, etc. Or you might be that knowledge individual who says, you know what, don't give me anything that you're purporting to be a fact unless you could give me the information to back it up. Give me the clinical studies on your product, etc. Now, building a sales organization in the network marketing industry is hard enough, but guess what? You're an action individual, and if you're sitting down in front of a knowledge individual and you're saying, boy, our product does this and that, and will make you healthy and make you feel good and all like that, and the nurturer says, yeah, well, do you have clinical studies on it? Oh, don't worry about that. Let me show you our comp plan, how you could make $1 million. You just get three who get three who get three. You realize you just turned that individual off. You lost that sale, and you're not 3 minutes into it. Wouldn't it be nice if before you sat down you were able to play a simple game on a cell phone in which that person revealed their code, their personality code to you, so you knew how to start your presentation, how to talk in their language? So many times we sit down in front of somebody and we're speaking Spanish and they only understand English. Then we sit down in the next individual and we're speaking German and they only understand English. You need to be able to speak in their language, or they're just going to tune you out right from the beginning. And that's the problem that so many networkers make, because they're only talking in their own code. Wouldn't it be great if you could customize your presentation already in advance to the likes of the person you're talking to the strengths, the values that that person holds dear to them, and not go off into a tangent saying the wrong thing. Well, how would you like to learn how to determine the personality code of the person you're in front of? We're going to be teaching that 19, 20, 21 in Las Vegas, Nevada, by somebody who created the system and makes $1 million a year in the networking industry doing this when she was a distributor in the networking industry. But now she's traveled the world telling crowds in 21 different countries exactly how this works. This is going to be an invaluable part of your training, and that's only the start. You know, we're going to have Coach Wendy Stevens, the best author, selling author of Local Guerrilla Marketing. Do you want to market online? Mike Weiss, Internet Marketing Expert, Marketer of the Year for Infusionsoft. He's going to be talking right at you. Esther Wildenberg, Master of the Art of Coin. That's Center of Influence Market. So whether it's warm market or cold market or general sales techniques, whatever you need, it's going to be covered 19, 20, and 21 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Guess what I just gave you? So far, you've only had the icing on the cake. What I want to do now, it's time for the cake. And what is it? Well, the cake is right there. It's $100 bills, and lots of them. You see, we are going to pay you $100 for every person you invite who comes to this free Epic training event. That's an absolute minimum of what we're going to pay. You see, we're also going to pay you 50% of all sales of your guests. Now, what does that mean? Is this an event, a network marketing event? No, it's not. We are an affiliate company. We do pay a commission on direct sales of people who want to use some of the products and take home courses, etc. We're going to pay you 50% of all the sales of all of your guests. On average, that's been over $1,000. So the absolute minimum, you put 10 individuals that you want to train with you in the seats, so we're going to give you $1,000. On average, we'll probably give you $10,000. Now, here's a challenge I have for you. Can you think and grow rich? In other words, how can you, for helping your organization become trained, how can you help other organizations outside of your industry become trained and then possibly become involved in you and your business? Can you think of how many elephants that you know in the industry that would like this training for their organization? Would you like to get paid as they become trained? Hey, here's another question for you. How many insurance agencies do you know that would like to have their agents at this free sales symposium, a world-class event? And how would you like to be paid? You know, can you find those insurance agencies on the internet possibly? Absolutely. How many real estate brokers do you know, or real estate organizations do you know? Well, do you know anyone with a mail list of salespeople, realtors, networkers? We have individuals, since we announced this just a few days ago, that have contacted list brokers who say, I want in. And they're going to be doing an email to 100,000, 500,000, 1 million of their clients. What do you think that would do for you if you contacted those individuals? Do you live in Southern California or Phoenix, Tucson, or anywhere within driving distance of Las Vegas? How about a bus trip for your organization? Put 50 people on a bus, bring them to get trained. We'll pay you $5,000. That pays for a fun trip to Las Vegas. Now, here's an idea for you. Do you think Groupon might be interested in putting out a Groupon for this? Oops, sorry, that's already been used. But I just want to give this as an example. When one individual contacted Groupon and said, we've got this free training, and they said, well, we could email all of our folks around the area there, but we need to get paid, so we want to put a price of $50 on the ticket. You see, the original price for this training sales symposium and the full retail price is $1,995. And so Groupon's putting one out for $50. And they've ordered 1,000 tickets, or 1,000 availability for respondents to that Groupon. Well, the individual who contacted Groupon, when they put 1,000 people in the seats, this individual will be paid $100,000. Do you see what I mean about think and grow rich? Expand your mind a little bit. This could be one of the biggest paydays you ever had, and you're getting paid to prospect, not to close. Because should they buy the $1,000 per individual that's been the historical average? This individual is looking at maybe $1 million for 2 days' work. Wow, what unbelievable. Do you know anyone in networking organizations, LaTip, Toastmaster organizations? Again, think and grow rich. An unbelievable opportunity that crosses all lines. You see, your particular opportunity might involve a nutritional product or a skincare line or legal services or anything like that. But here is not only a product that you could train your own downline to be more effective, but you can invite crosslines from any sales arena to come to this and also meet you there and learn the sales techniques, and they're your prospects. You're getting paid to prospect. Now, here's a little bit of a caution. The caution is we have room for 3,000 people, and that's it. Sorry, once the tickets are gone, they're gone. We can't help you out. Well, we can't help you out for at least 6 months, because after that, you'll have to wait 6 months. But yeah, we plan on doing this again and again and again. And could you imagine what that could mean for you? So how do you claim your free ticket? You see, you have been invited as a VIP guest because of your experience in networking and building an organization. You're an elephant. You're going to go to the individual who invited you onto this webinar, and they will have a website for you to claim your free tickets. And that website is www.bankheistvip.com/whatever name those individuals put on there. For those of you listening to this for the first time, by the way, that website is up and live for you right now. That's right. As we speak, the chairman of this sales symposium has announced early this morning that is available to everybody right now. www.bankheistvip.com. And should you decide not only that you want your free VIP ticket, which you claim by registering here, go on the site, look at this 7-minute video, learn a little bit about what's going on. You'll claim your own tickets. But should you want to participate in getting paid to prospect, and you want your own website, www.bankheistvip.com/your name, so that all of the people that register for the sales symposium as a result of you sending them to the site, they'll get their tickets. They'll get a VIP code, a barcode that will allow them, that will be scanned at the entrance, that will allow them the VIP treatment there for 3 days, 19, 20, and 21, Caesars Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, while you're on this site, you want to scroll down a little bit, and you'll see exactly who all of the headliners and the guest speakers and the experts from around the world that will be in this 3-day Master Sales Training Symposium. Read their bios and think of just how that will help you build your business. And after you scroll down and see who's speaking and training, scroll down a little bit further and watch this video. This will give you 27 minutes, will give you the real highlights of what's going to happen. And you can use this to promote the event to your organization and to sales organizations around Las Vegas, around the state, around the country, around the world. Whether it's large mailings to sales professionals or Groupons or networking organizations or whatever, you could put yourself in the catbird seat here. That's right. We are looking for leaders right now. That's why we called this the elephant hunt. Here is your chance to get the best training in the industry, bar none. Here is your chance to reach out to other sales professionals with a marketing hook previously not available to you. Here is your chance to be paid for prospecting. You see, you've always gotten paid by building an effective organization, and it wasn't the numbers, it was the effectiveness of your organization and how well they were trained. But you got paid for the results of what people did. Now, here's your chance to be paid for prospecting, whether they decide to join you in business or not, just by allowing them to be trained at this free Master Sales Training event, this epic event. You get paid just for the prospecting. That's unusual. It's your call to action. You want to be part of our elephant hunt, looking for leaders like you? Well, remember, some elephants, well, they can be thick-skinned. And some elephants, they can have poor eyesight, but some elephants, even though they may be big-headed, we don't want you to give up because there is good news. Elephants travel in herds. That's right. Happy hunting. You need to get back with the individual that invited you to find out our schedule for next week of more elephant calls where you could expand your reach inside of your industry, and then there'll be tips and all how to reach outside your industry and get paid for prospecting and training. So I want to turn this back over for some closing comments to Mr. Doug Jones. Doug is an unbelievable individual. He's a master of sales and sales techniques inside of our industry of network marketing. When I say our industry, I'm saying where I come from. He's built very large organizations, and he knows a lot about internet marketing and the cold market. And so, Doug, let me give it back to you for some closing comments.
Great, Rick. That was a fabulous overview of this incredibly unique opportunity. I just want to remind everybody that there's only 3,000 seats available, so time is, of course, of the essence in terms of taking advantage of this. And secondly, be sure to get back to the person who invited you, because as a leader, you can get your own registration page to be sure everybody's coded to you and that you get paid appropriately. But this is going to be one of the biggest industry events ever. It's for everybody in sales, not just network marketing, but obviously we know how to put butts in seats. And so it's definitely time to take action. And Rick, thank you so much for that phenomenal presentation. And we will be doing this again next week, so watch for that schedule.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.